Hey guys, once again, this is S. Once again, I want to apologize for the sound quality, but I'm working on some projects and moving around, so don't have the opportunity to go home and record with my regular equipment. By next month, I should be done with part of this whatever I'm working on that I can't talk about right now, and it'll be done, and I'll be able to go home more often and record. But I got to do this. I got to write this, record this, and edit this on my phone because I want to continue to keep my podcast on schedule. So please forgive me for that, and let's just get into it. And I want to talk about the simple fact that there's really an annoying thing when people try to set you up. I know you've been in a situation where people try to set you up, and I'm going to the gym regularly now, and I go early in the morning, and I'm talking about 6 o'clock in the morning to get my workout in, get my hour cardio in, and to get my workout in, my lifting and all of that kind of crap. I go there because I want to make sure that there's not a lot of people there, and usually there aren't. By the time I'm finished a couple hours later, usually that's when people are coming in. No problem, because I'm leaving. Who cares? But on this particular occasion, I'm sitting on the bench press machine. I don't do bench presses with free weights. I do it on the machine with the rack, okay? Where you're sitting upright like you're sitting in a chair, slightly back when you push the arms forward like that. The seated bench press, that's what I'm doing. So it's bench press day. It's chest and back day, and that's what I'm doing. I sit down, put the weight on there. I put my arms on their handles. I'm about to do my bench presses, and a woman scantily clad, not embarrassingly scantily clad, but in a revealing outfit, and everybody has the right to wear what you want. You can't get mad at what a woman wears. She can wear what the heck she wants. It's your job to control yourself, and I have complete control. I'm not going to sit there ogling someone, and I wouldn't do that anyway because that's not what I'm there for, and that's not what she's there for. But the thing is, the only reason I'm bringing it up is because she set up her phone to record herself working out, and she's looking in the mirror, and I'm behind her doing my bench presses, all of my sets, and she's bending over in front of me, and there's nothing wrong with that. She's doing deadlifts. It's not a problem. But I started to think, even if I start looking in her direction innocently, there's a camera on that phone and she's recording herself, and I do not want to wind up on TikTok with someone going, "This middle-aged man's looking at my butt. Look at him. Look at this guy," because I'm not doing that, and I would not do that. I've never done that. I don't ogle women at the gym. I go about my business. I'm there to get back in shape and to improve my health. That's what I'm there for, right? But once again, I said people try to set you up. And I started noticing that I'm looking off to the left and off to the right, and I'm obviously looking to the left and to the right, not a little to the left and the right. I'm obviously making it a point not to look at her, but I can see in her peripheral that every once in a while she'll look back at me. She'll look back at me, and I can see her positioning her phone. I'm going, oh my goodness, is she trying to set me up, or is she just trying to record herself? Is she trying to set me up, or is she trying to record herself? I don't know. But I can't take the chance. I can't take the chance. I'm not that type of guy. And unfortunately, if I'm recorded just for a couple of seconds looking in her general direction, even if it's just the camera angle, what's it going to look like? It's going to look like a lady bending over in spandex or whatever she's wearing, or shorts, or whatever she's wearing. Couldn't really tell what she's wearing because I made it a point not to look. I'm telling the truth. I really didn't. And she's doing her workout, and it would look like I'm some kind of pervert. So hell no, I'm not. I do my bench press with my eyes closed. With my eyes closed. Did not open my eyes at all. And when I was opening my eyes, as I was turning my head, I saw her looking at me, and I didn't even look at her. I didn't acknowledge her existence. Not going to do it. Not going to do it. Why? I would not do that in the first place, and I don't even want it to look like I'm doing it. And once again, I don't want to wind up on TikTok or some crap like that, looking like some kind of pervert, but I'm not a pervert. But it's chest and back day. The chest workout complete. Now I'm going to go over to the back machines. Fantastic. At that back, now she's working out in front of the back machines. These are not even next to the chest machines, but it just so happens out the next thing she's working on just happens to be very, very close to the next thing I'm working on, and she's in front of me again, and her phone is facing her, but kind of facing me, and once again, I have to do my rows and double rows and quadruple rows and pull downs and all of that crap with my eyes closed. Right? Now, I don't know if I'm being set up. I really don't. But I can't take that chance. right? Because if you've ever been set up for something and accused of something that you didn't do in a situation where you couldn't prove it, that's got to be one of the worst things in the world, right? I know a guy that got accused of cheating. He wasn't cheating. He was literally with me, and I was a friend of his girlfriend before he started dating her, so I knew her pretty well. He wanted to get a gift for her, and it wasn't a kind of slick thing. It was just I knew her for a long period of time, so I knew her well. She was kind of like an extra sister to me. You dig what I'm saying? So he's actually romantically involved in her. He comes to me, hey man, what you like? I said, well, I know she likes to do this, so I'm helping him out pick out the gift. So he's mysteriously disappearing, right? And because he's mysteriously disappearing, she thinks he's doing something bad when he's actually doing something quite good, which is getting her a gift. So to set him up, she gets a friend of hers to hit on him, right? And because that friend is such a good friend of hers, he didn't tell her that the friend was hitting on him because he figured, listen, I'm not going to do anything with her, so there's really no reason for me to tell my girlfriend because I don't want to end her friendship because I'm not going to do anything anyway. But here's the problem. Because he did not tell her, she thinks he's a scumbag. Right? Now, as it turns out, it all worked out fine after he slept on the couch for 3 weeks. And when she came in with the gift, well, the bad part about it is when he actually gave her the gift, she thought he was giving her the gift because he felt guilty, even though he was actually giving her the gift because he thought she was incredible. But he was set up to fail. And it sucks to be set up, man. It sucks to be set up when you didn't do anything wrong. When you didn't do anything wrong. I told the story a long time ago about, on one of my podcasts, I can't remember which one it was, but it was a girl that I was dating and she had some friends come into town and they were all up on me. Right? Every time she walked out of the house, it was like literally, oh, they look. I'm like, why is one of them looking out the window to see if she's getting in the car? Now, let me call her. So you're definitely going to the supermarket a long way away, right? You know, the kind of length of time where S. Anthony could literally blow both of our backs out while you're long gone, and then you would come back, and then our backs would be blown out, and you wouldn't even realize that he blew both of our backs out because you were stupid enough to tell us what he does to you, and we want him to do that to us, right? Okay, hey. Don't you think she should have been smart enough to take her friends with her every time she walked out of the house? And here's the bad part about it. If I was a cheating guy, I would, of course, taken them upstairs and blown both their backs out. And then she would have came back. Hey, my friends seem to be in a really good mood. I'm like, I really don't know why they're in such a good mood. I think it's probably just because they're such good people and they're having a good time. It's not that I went out and took them upstairs and blew their backs out and curled their toes and tore them up. I definitely didn't do that. They just happened to be in a good mood because it's a bright, sunny day. If I was a cheating guy. But if you're not a cheating guy, and these two women are all up on you, all of a sudden you find out what it feels like to be an attractive woman with a bunch of dudes trying to feel you up and all of that kind of crap. One lady sitting in my lap trying to rub her buttocks across my genitals, right? And a warm woman's buttocks on the genitals, even if you're a faithful guy, your stuff is like, listen, you made a promise. I ain't making a promise. I don't have a brain. I just know warm female buttocks. I'm about to stand up at attention and I'm about to poke her in the backside. And she's, oh, really? She said, the other one get off his lap. You know, that's her boyfriend. And then she sits on my lap and puts her warm buttocks. I'm like, hey, ladies, get off my lap. And she's like, and she said, would you like, I said, let me get you something to drink. And I would like to get him something to drink. But if I try to stand up to get him something to drink, I'm going to knock the table over. I'm not going to say why. Huge erect penis. Maybe, okay, I did. Oh, never mind. I just said that. Moving on. But the whole time I'm thinking it's a setup, right? I'm thinking my girlfriend set me up, or I'm thinking maybe these two ladies are trying to break my relationship up so they can get what she was getting, right? But I'm not that type of guy, right? And then when they leave, I didn't want to tell her what happened. I didn't want to go, hey, your two friends were basically ripping my pants off trying to get to my stuff because you keep telling them about the stuff and what the stuff does and what I do to you with my stuff, and they wanted it. And I thought it was a setup. And I thought, wait a minute, my friend was in a similar position. Maybe she did set them up to hit on me like that, and she's going to see whether or not I tell her, because if I don't tell her, yeah. So I told her, and she thought I was joking, right? And she wouldn't believe me. Oh, they wouldn't do that. Yes, they would. And she kept inviting them back. And every time I knew they were coming back, I'm like, oh, geez, Louise. Right? Or if she invited one, even if one of them came over, I was like, how come every time one of these ladies comes over, she wants to go to the store by herself and leave me with this woman, right? And I'm basically having to fight off this woman. I'm sitting there, what is going on here, right? Like if I had one of my friends over and I left him there and she came back to me and said, hey, Frank tried to get up into me, I'm throwing Frank down the steps, right? And she didn't believe me. And then one of them, when she leaves, I'm saying, she goes, I'm going to go to the bathroom. She goes to the bathroom, and I'm watching television, like, good, go to the bathroom. And I hear her in there with the television on. I'm like, oh, good. She's watching the television up there in the bedroom. She's going to leave me alone. Because, I'm looking at the time, and my girl's taking a little too long at the store. And I know once she gets past a certain amount of time at the store, it's like, if she gets past 45 minutes, it automatically means she's going to be out for an hour and a half. She's at the 45-minute mark, and I know, oh no. Every single time she passes 45 minutes out the store, it's going to be 90 minutes. I know it. I know it. I know it. Oh no. The girl comes back out of the room. She's got a see-through robe on. And I can see through the robe. Ain't nothing under the robe. It's one of those see-through things, right? Nothing on. And I'm looking at her like, oh, is she kidding me? It's like, I'm going to have to get out of this house. And this is I'm going to have to find an excuse and a reason to walk out the house. And she comes up to me talking about, she told me what you did, and not only, and I'm going to get me some of what she had, because if she going to talk about it like that, I've got to have that, because I haven't had nothing in a while, and I'm going to have what she had, and I'm going to have that. And I'm like, whoa, chill. And then, she, like I said, she's not wearing anything almost. And then she's all up in my face, and I got my hands up like, whoa. And of course, this is the one time the 45 minutes did not turn into 90 minutes. This time the 45 minutes turned into 48 minutes, right? And I put my hands out to put my hands on the shoulder and to move the woman away from me. And as I move away from me, my hand started going, towards her chest. Not that I was trying to move to her chest, but, I was like pushing her away. At that moment, she walks in the door and sees the woman, right? Oh no. I think I'm a dead man. I'm like, I didn't even do anything. In the back of my mind, I'm thinking, I should have just went up there and blown her. And given her this good deep business, show good she thinks it's Christmas, because I'm gonna get in trouble anyway. I'm gonna lose my girl. But as it turns out, fortunately, I was trusted. And I'm not gonna say what happened next, but it rhymed with my girlfriend kicked her ass. Ooh, that's not a rhyme. That's actually what happened. And I'm also not going to say what happened next. Watching my girlfriend kick this lady's ass. Once again, the boner was back. No, it wasn't. I'm just kidding. I just said that for the show. Boner City. And when I say she kicked her ass, she didn't like punch her in the face or anything. It was one of those really bad 80s two ladies, like, women put their hands on their shoulder and they start shaking each other and the hair starts tossed. Okay, I'm getting a boner right now thinking about it. Just kidding. I'm not holding the phone with my hand right now. Moving on. Shut up. Don't judge me. And she threw the girl out. And don't you ever come back. And the girl goes, yeah, well. And then she said the name of the other girl. Was trying to get some too. And she goes, yeah, well, tell that. And then she used a word that rhymes with rich. Not to come here either, because that's my pointing to my genital. That's all that belongs to me. Right? And then she apologized for not believing me. And I said, that's okay. She goes, no, it's not okay. You've been treating me well, and I should have believed you. I can't believe. I thought you were joking at first, but you kept telling me, and I kept bringing these ladies over, and all of that kind of stuff. And I said, yeah, well, it's really not our problem. It's their problem. You know what I'm saying? Okay? So let's not be mad. You don't have to be mad at them. They're gone and I'm here. Yeah. Right? But I just remember the moments when I thought I was going to lose my girlfriend because of something that had nothing to do with me. This lady was basically, obviously, trying to set me up so the girl that I was with would drop me so she could get it on with me. And as it turns out, that relationship that I was saving by being a faithful man was one of the worst, a little bit later on after that, turned into one of the worst relationships possible. She's one of, like, I only have one girlfriend that I can't stand, that we broke up, that I can't stand, and she's the one. Everybody else I'm cool with. And actually about half of them I got back with a few times, but that doesn't matter. But this one I can't stand her guts. Try to get back with me after some things she did. Hell no. But the point is, my friends, that lady who was running around in the drawers tried to set me up. Right? And it felt bad to be set up. Why would you do that? Why would you try to break? Oh. But then again, when I think about it now, years and years later, if I knew then what I knew now, I would have broken up with that girl and gotten it on with those other two women because they were equally attractive. There was like 3 really good-looking women, and I could have gotten it on with 2 other good-looking women. Then again, the way they were coming on to me, they were even weirder than the woman I was with. Somebody else might be doing this podcast right now because I might be trapped in a basement somewhere, tied up with the pants off, with women saying, okay, you can use him now. Even though that don't sound too bad if I really think about it. But don't judge me. So what I'm saying is, moving on. But it feels bad to be set up, right? If you've ever been set up, it feels bad to not be believed, right? So if you're in a position where you don't trust somebody, just walk up and talk to them, man. Don't set them up. Don't set your boyfriend up. Don't set your girlfriend up. If you have doubts, walk up and talk to them. That's the way to do it, right? Because it feels bad to set somebody up. It feels bad to be set up. Even though if those 2 girls had, like I said, I really should have gotten it on with them. I don't know what the hell I'm a faithful guy. I'm 54 years old. I've had plenty of girlfriends and plenty of long-term relationships. I was an active, long comedy guy, and I'm about to start doing stand-up again this year. There's going to be a whole lot of women around. I really could have gotten it on with a lot of these women after the show. Oh, you're so funny. You're so cute. Here's my phone number. Oh, I have a girlfriend right now. Well, she doesn't have to know. What she doesn't know won't hurt her. You know how many times I've heard that? And I never took advantage of it. I took advantage of it when I didn't have a girlfriend, but man, how many women I could have slept with if I was a dirty dog? Goodness gracious, I'm just sitting there doing the math. These are like guaranteed in the bed sessions. Like guaranteed, like leave the club, go to their house, give them the good be business so good they think that it's Christmas. Man, how many super attractive women I could have gotten it on with? I got it on with a few super attractive women, but I'm not a man hoe, so I don't. What's your body count? I know what my body count could be. My body count is not as high as it could be because I'm not a hoe. My sex count's really high because I've been in long-term relationships, and if I'm in a relationship with you, I'm gonna give you that good deep business so good you think it's Christmas, and often, several times a day, even at my age, bragging, and I still have all my hair, and it works, and I don't need Viagra. Deal with it. Don't be jealous. Anyway, I digress. But in all seriousness, folks, it feels really bad to have someone not trust you and set you up. It feels bad to be in those positions, so you should protect yourself. Like at the gym, I made it a point to look around and not ogle the women. I never do that, right? But if I don't trust somebody, if I feel insecure, which I tend not to, I'll just walk up and I'll say, hey, this is how I feel. Like right now, I'm feeling insecure. Why? Because I really would like you people that are listening to this podcast, and if you're hearing my voice right now, you've been listening for about damn near 20 minutes. I would like you to subscribe to this podcast if you haven't. Yeah, I feel insecure asking you about doing that. I would like you to tell a friend about this podcast. Maybe tell a relative about this podcast. I would like you to do that. And I feel really insecure about asking this, but if you follow me on social media, would you mind, if you see me posting a link to my podcast, would you mind retweeting it or reblogging it and any of that kind of crap? Would you mind doing that? If you're one of the people listening to me on Spotify, would you mind doing me a favor and following this podcast? I would appreciate it. I feel so insecure. I feel really bad asking that, even though I do it on every episode. Anyway, much love to you, my friends. Thank you for always coming back. I really do appreciate it. Now, I know I joke around a lot and I tell a lot of wacky stories. And the story that you just listened to was written by a really, really sick man, that person being me. Most of it's true. But I really want to thank you guys for listening, man. Okay? You dig? And that's not a setup. Take care, my friends. See you next time.